Hello dear learners, I hope you enjoyed first and second sessions. In continuation with first and second session, this session is all about train your brain for research. For conducting a good research, one should require to train the brain to think like a researcher. So my purpose is, if you wanted to conduct a research, you have to think like a researcher. And for that matter, I am going to talk about two important concepts. One is unit of analysis and another is concept, construct and variables. See, what is unit of analysis? Unit of analysis is the target of investigation. What you are going to investigate. Whether it is an individual, whether it is a group, whether it is an organization, whether it is a country, whether it is a technology. So based on your target of investigation, your unit of analysis will keep on changing. Let me explain. What is the difference from the perspective of researcher, how you have to think? For example, if I say innovation or innovations are successful for some organization but not as much as successful for other organization. That means the research investigation or the investigator's focus or the target here is on innovation, or we can connect it with the technology. If technology or the success of technology and failure of technology for one organization or some other organization is a context of or the point of examination, so in that case technology would be the unit of analysis. Similarly, for the same example, if I want to extend it, how some organizations are innovative than others. If such kind of questions are there, if such kind of questions are in the mind of researcher, so in that case, what is the target or what is the target of investigation? Some organizations which are having innovative or innovations, and how some organizations are innovative than others. Now in such kind of examples, now you will see target of examination is organization. So here we are talking about organization as a unit of analysis. Similarly, when we would like to understand the export competitiveness of one commodity over others, that means what is the point of analysis here? Commodity. With the same example, if I would say export competitiveness of X country over others, so in that case the country would be the unit of analysis. Similarly, for HR domain, if I would say a company is having 4 projects, 1, 2, 3, 4, and for these 4 projects there are some number of people or group of people who are working for different companies or clients, right? And in all these 4 groups or 4 projects, project number 1, 2, 3 got success, while project number 4 was a failure case. What was the reason? So there may be the reason with the group. So in that case, the unit of analysis would be group rather than the entire organization or all the projects. I hope unit of analysis is clear to you. Now moving to the next important point, that is concept, construct and variables. Now, in the layman term, when we say what is concept, what is construct and what is variable. So these three terms always create a confusion among the minds of researcher, because the notion which these three terminology carries are very same. Now, when it comes to the first terminology which is mentioned here, concept. What is concept? Concepts are the label which are given to any particular phenomena. So concepts are what? Concepts are label which are given to any pattern or any phenomena or any observations, right? So we are talking about labels given to observation, given to pattern, given to phenomena. Now what it means? What are the label? Label are nothing but the nomenclature. Nomenclature. Now see how motivation as a term was derived. If I say motivation, how the term motivation was derived, right? Some psychologists, some sociologists and psychologists, they developed the concept of motivation from observing some patterns or phenomena, and those phenomena or observations and patterns got some label and nomenclature, and which was recorded, and we usually say motivation as one of the concept. Now moving to the second terminology, that is construct. What is construct? Construct is absurd concept. Absurd concept. As I said at the beginning of explanation of these three terminologies are carrying the same notion, right? So constructs are nothing but absurd concepts. So the concepts means the available phenomena which are well recorded in the literature. When we take those concepts in our conceptual model, in the conceptual model which is being observed by the researcher. Being a researcher, if you wanted to understand that concept in your conceptual model, so the same concept will become construct. That means the motivation, attitude, perception, leadership, learning, and a number of other concepts can become construct at the time of conceptualization process or conceptual framework. Now what about the variables? Now variables are again when we operationalize the constructs. That means variables are nothing but the operationalization of construct. When we are operationalizing the construct, so that we can connect with the field, or the real observations. Now please try to understand. When we are going to record the motivation or attitude or perception or other concepts from the field, at that time the constructs that we have utilized in our model, right, those constructs now we are operationalizing so that real observations can be measured from the ground. That means this is nothing but the data collection. In other words, what we can say, number one, number two, that means concept and constructs are the part of, if you remember two words, these are the part of theoretical domain, right? So let me clear this once. So in other words, what we can say, the concept and constructs are the part of theoretical world, and the variable is the part of empirical world. So empirical world is nothing the field, actual observations, right? So concepts are what? The labels, nomenclatures which are already established, right? That means established phenomena or observations or patterns which are well recorded, well grounded in theory. What are those? Many concepts are there from many fields, right? So basic and very common concepts which are known to everyone: attitude, perception, learning, motivation, leadership, etc. What are the constructs? Constructs are nothing but the absurd concept. Absurd concept. What they are doing? These are basically for researchers' conceptual model. Conceptual model. When one researcher is taking the concept for its own model, so the same concepts is known as construct. What about variables? Variables are nothing but the operationalization of construct, so that you can get the data from field or you can get the actual observation for your study, right? In the next session we will discuss about different types of variables and the uses and importance of variables. Thank you very much.